Hi everyone, welcome to Beauty First in 10. I love football and I love makeup and I post weekly about both, so please hit subscribe. So today is going to be a football video and we're going to be covering everything you need to know to get ready for the upcoming NFL draft. And there will be timestamps in the link down below that you can use to jump ahead, but otherwise let's get started. So round one of the draft is this Thursday. Yes, this Thursday, April 25th at 7 p.m. Central, and this is going to take place in the lovely city of Detroit, Michigan, and there will be legit coverage the entire day. No worries there, it'll actually be the entire week. And since today is Sunday, if we do some quick math, carry the one, Sunday through Thursday, that should just give us enough time to do 1,000 new mock draft projections. Because if you turn on ESPN, that is all that is running on the ticker down below. But rounds 2 and 3 are going to be on Friday at 6 p.m. Central, and then we'll finish up with rounds 4 through 7, and that is going to be at 11 a.m. Central. So it's going to be 3 days of fun NFL time. So you might be wondering, how do we know the order of who we'll pick? Well, the order for picks is based on the team's overall performance from the season, including playoffs. So this year, the Panthers had the worst record in the league at 2-15. Yes, in case you forgot, they only won 2 games this year. So they will pick first in every round. And then the Kansas City Chiefs won the Super Bowl, and so they will pick last in every round. Now, you might be thinking, okay, so how do I know how many picks each team has? Well, that's a great question. And the picks are largely dependent on things that have happened. So every team gets 7 picks, so 1 for each round of the draft. But then via trades or penalties, look at you, San Francisco and the Dolphins, or compensatory picks, that number could be more or less than that 7. And then the picks and the order that they go will also change for basically the same reasons. So you might be saying to yourself, what in the world is a compensatory pick? Well, a compensatory pick is given to teams in rounds 3 through 7, and they are awarded based on whether or not a team in the previous season lost more free agents that were high value than they signed. And this is a complex formula that takes into account basically the player that left, what his salary was, what his position was, whether he won any postseason honors, and then they figure out what your draft pick is going to be for compensatory. And then there's a cool rule that started in 2020, and that is that you get a special 3rd round compensatory pick if you have a minority coach that goes on to become a head coach or a GM at another team. So in this situation, the San Francisco 49ers, they in the previous season had DeMeco Ryans go on to become the head coach of the Houston Texans this year. And then for the same reason, the Rams will also get a 3rd round pick because Raheem Morris was a coach on the Rams and then went to the Falcons as head coach. So looking at the number of picks that each team has, Chicago Bears have the fewest number of picks with 4. And part of that is because they traded away some of their picks for players. So they got edge Montez Sweat and they got also wide receiver Keenan Allen. But they have the number 1 overall pick from a trade that they did last year with the Panthers, who needed a quarterback as well. So they will have pick number 1 and also pick number 9, and then they'll also have 75 and 122. So we expect them at number 1 to take their quarterback, Caleb Williams from USC. I'm sure they'll waste his talent as they have other quarterbacks, but then they will also still have 3 other draft picks to really get some solid starter players that can really help out now. And you know, the Chicago Bears are probably going to have a new high draft pick next year. So no worries. If they screw this up, we'll just try again next year. Okay, so after that team, the team with the 2nd fewest number of picks is going to be the Cleveland Browns, who have sit at 6 picks. And they also, unlike the Bears, don't have any number 1 picks. And part of that is because of the busted Deshaun Watson trade, because, you know, when you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Okay, so looking at the teams that have the most picks, there are 3 teams that have 11 picks, and that's going to be the Cardinals, the Rams, and the Packers, and then the Bills have 10 picks. But there's winners and losers in this category as well. So looking at the Cardinals, they don't need a quarterback because Kyler Murray is under contract until 2028, and they have 2 first-round draft selections at number 4 and number 27. So unlike the Bears, they can build around their quarterback and get some of those key position players in those high drafts. Sorry, Justin Fields. And then on the other side of the NFL coin toss, we have the Buffalo Bills, where they have 8 of their 10 picks happening at the end of the draft. So between pick 125 and the end. And they also have no third round draft pick. So their ability to get some quality starters is going to be a little bit more limited. Although I say that, and then you look at Mr. Irrelevant in 2022 at pick 262, and there was sitting Brock Purdy, who is now the franchise quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers. They went to the Super Bowl this year. So sometimes you can get lucky, or you can have a really great eye, and you can hit on some talent late in the draft. Now, also, if you look at Patrick Mahomes, he was picked number 10. That means 9 other teams passed on him, and I'm sure they cry themselves to sleep each and every night. So one of the big stories this year is how many quarterbacks will go in the first round. So it is projected that between 6 and 8 quarterbacks might be taken in the first round, which is a very high number. Now, we know the first 3 picks, the Bears, the Commanders, and the Patriots, we expect them to take quarterbacks at 1, 2, and 3. And then at number 6, we have the Giants. And really, they should take a quarterback because, I mean, Daniel Jones isn't good. Can we even talk about why he got a contract? So they may also be looking for a quarterback. And then the Vikings at number 11, followed by the Broncos and the Raiders, we also expect them to take quarterbacks. So they're going to be in high demand. And also in high demand is going to be offensive linemen, also in the first round, because everybody needs them across the league, and they're the first person we blame when the quarterback sucks. So crack open a cold one and send it in for 3 days of fun. And feel free to take off from work. Your boss is totally going to understand. So please hit the subscribe to see other NFL news and have fun watching.